What's up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. I'm your host, Justin Martindale, and today's guest, I'm so excited to have. Not only do I think he is one of the most talented people in this damn city of ours, you've seen him from TV and film and stage and screen alike. He is the best. Make some noise for Drew Droege, everyone.
Hi, Justin Martindale.
It is so good to have you. I just admire you so much, honestly.
I adore you. I admire you, too. Thank you, honey. Oh, my God. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you. The only time I really ever do see you is at some festival. There's always I think the last time I saw you was at a
festival. I've always got a turkey leg in my hand and a lanyard around my. I'm always ready.
Just a woman with cleavage, just in a Viking outfit. No, you're so what is it? Adorned and ornaments and trophies and just the best. You've seen them all over Instagram and. Just an icon, I think. You are.
Oh, my God. Thank you, honey.
You're
Thanks
always,
for having me.
Well, you're you're always working.
Well, not now.
Well, not now, but there was a time.
I love that you couldn't really, or you chose not to, say specific credits. It sounds even better. Like from screen, from film, from stage.
Film and stage.
It's even better.
Galas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Events, balls, nothing
viral
specific.
Videos.
No proper nouns, but just things, just projects. No, I think I put out the illusion that I'm working and busier than I am sometimes because I don't know. I don't always feel like I'm super busy and doing anything.
You are.
Especially post-pandemic. I feel like, what am I doing anymore? Who am I?
Yeah, post-pandemic, I say to myself, is this real?
Right.
Because I don't know anymore.
Right.
And I honestly, I wanted to start the show off great.
But
we have, my God, we lost a childhood icon. Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee-Wee-Herman, passed away at age 70 in secret due to cancer, and it's just heartbreaking.
It's gutting.
It
really is. I'm not over Sinead O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sinead O'Connor shaped my childhood and my queerness and and so did Paul Rubens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, these are two people who were the first freaks.
Weirdos.
It's like weirdos that we just went, oh, that. And Paul was able to marry such silliness with darkness. And there was always, you watch Pee-Wee's Big Adventure now and you're like, oh, there's something else going on.
Totally.
That you don't pick up on as a kid. I also just, the aliens we heard about in the news last week. I'm starting to hope that the aliens are just taking all the good ones. And because it's we can mention, we don't need to, all the people that are somehow living still through all this. And yet these people are just
because evil prevails.
Evil preserves.
Evil preserves.
Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine, they were sisters. And they lived into their one deep 90s, one mid hundreds. And I think their hatred for each other kept them alive. Mm-hmm. I really do think there's something to it. There's some
just bitter.
Energy.
It just keeps the heart
and
pumping.
And also I think a lack of soul.
Mm-hmm.
Sinead O'Connor for sure felt too much. And I think a lack of soul and empathy, you're able to go to sleep really well every night and you don't really care about how you affect other people. I mean, that's really how I'm how does that work? That you're just, also just nothing makes sense. But Paul Rubens, Pee-Wee-Herman, and also you and I both, we met at the Groundlings.
We did.
And I think it's a reason why a lot of us wanted to go there. Mm-hmm. And I feel that place, I've always said for all of its, whatever, but diversity issues that they may have had there over the years, it's always felt like a very deeply queer place.
Yes.
And I've always given Pee-Wee-Herman and Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, that space. Even before we knew Cassandra was queer, it was we knew Elvira was queer.
Oh, yeah.
And you knew, and so that always felt safe to be just a big, loud, rainbow-colored freak at that place.
Just a big old, what is it?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't care because it's fun.
Exactly.
And I remember, honestly, being a kid, of course, if you don't know Pee-wee's Playhouse, that was huge in the 80s. And I remember waking up every Saturday morning and my mom would let me watch this.
Yeah.
And I knew there were a lot of kids that their parents wouldn't because it was just so weird. And, there was a pterodactyl puppet and a genie, Zombie and a talking chair and Penny with her penny eyes.
Oh, my God,
But it was just so fun and like
Cowboy Curtis, Miss Yvonne. Hello.
Miss
brilliant
Yvonne.
Lynn Stewart. And it's
Phil
like
Hartman. You know?
and Larry Fishburne and Lawrence Fishburne.
Larry,
I call him
good old Larry.
My friend Larry Fishburne. Why do I do that? Yes. Also, I think it's a great way to explain queer versus gay. Like Pee-wee's Playhouse is queer. Like that's what queer sensibility is, and that's what we understood. And that's why I think parents were like, I know what that is, but no, you can't have it. I remember my grandmother would never sit down for movies. Like she was always up, getting us cookies, cleaning.
Well, she was on fentanyl.
Oh my God, fen. And fentanyl.
I can't stop, Nana. No.
Yeah, exactly. This was my grandmother. I did have a Nana, but my grandmother named Gaga, spelled like Gaga. So when Lady Gaga came out, I'm like, nothing new. I grew up with a Gaga, or Gaga, we called her. But she could never sit still during movies. And I remember distinctly with my brother watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure and her hearing the monologue about, I took one of the tags on the mattress and I took my knife and I cut one of them off. And you know, it was like he picks up the loner, the trucker guy.
Oh, right. Which was very queer.
Very queer.
Yes.
So hot. And he picks him up and he's like, I cut that tag off the mattress. My grandmother started laughing so hard from the other room and she came and sat down and watched the rest of the movie with us. And that's one of the only times I thought about that today of like, she got my grandmother to like calm down, or he got my grandmother to calm down. And just like what and loved it, and she thought it was so funny. So we all we tapped into that special, that weirdness, that singular.
It was just camp. All of it was camp. The lines with the mattress tag. My favorite was like when he I'm wearing my Large Marge shirt for sure. I mean when he goes into the diner and he's like, Large Marge sent me, and everyone drops their spoons. And they're like, Large Marge. But she's, and just like, and then it was 30 years ago. Like, just the camp and the nostalgia. I mean, one of my favorite scenes, and I think you and I had a conversation when Jan Hooks passed away. Like, we were just like, my favorite scene is when he goes to the Alamo and he's looking for his bike because I grew up there.
Can you say Adobe?
Oh, my God. Pedro and his wife, Aeneas. Aeneas is holding a clay pot, which she seems very proud of. It's my favorite thing ever, and she has her gum and just the
just her perky perky awful person.
I know.
I know. And there's a hole. I mean, really, for all of
And did you have any like personal stories about him? Or
I did. I met him a few times at the Groundlings. We were backstage a couple times. There was a show called Beverly Winwood Presents the Actors Showcase where we all play. I got to do it one time. I filled in for somebody, and it was literally like on my bucket list of things I never thought I would ever get to do. And he was in that show, so we were just kind of backstage, and he did it was all about actors doing terrible scenes to try to get jobs from the audience. They treated the audience like they were industry members, and so everybody was trying to do scenes. And I remember he did a scene from Butterflies Are Free, and he played
the blind kid.
He played a blind character who was such a bad blind actor, and but really like smug, and in his but it was nothing like Pee-wee at all. But he was brilliant, and he was so nice, and always pretended to act equally excited to meet. Every time we would meet, I mean, he always seemed so kind, and I was nervous around him. He was somebody that I didn't really
know.
Like, I'm that way around childhood people.
For
like,
sure.
when I've met John Waters a few times, I'm always like, I don't know where to look. I don't know what to do. Anybody famous now, it's like, oh, hi, nice, But it taps into something when you're a kid and you discover somebody. It's like, I can't begin to tell you what you mean to me.
Right.
And you hear this every day.
And you'll never get it.
You'll never fully, and I don't know what I want from you other than, So, anyway.
I remember seeing him once, and I had that, like, my whole, like, all my organs just went, like, sucked up, and I was just, because I saw him, like, in my peripheral, and I was like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to say without being a complete moron.
Oh,
like,
I know. Yeah.
How many times did I impersonate him in like grade school and do the tequila dance and like, like
right,
all of it. All of it.
It was also one of the like boy characters that I think we related. I mean, I can speak for myself, but I was all about Jan Hooks. I was all about the women of SNL, the women of In Living Color.
Of course.
Those are the women, comedians and sketch people. But Paul bled into that thing for me, for sure, that I was like, oh, and Pee-Wee-Herman. Oh, for sure. He was one of the few male characters that I just thought was interesting and worthwhile.
I know. And we actually had our piano player, Jeff Scott, who was he played here for like 25 years. He was actually Pee-Wee-Herman's what was he? He was his like stunt double in like I think it was Pee-wee's Big Top Pee-wee, I believe.
Pee-wee,
but he also played Pee-Wee-Herman at like SeaWorld or something like in Florida. God, I hope I'm not botching his legacy. R.I.P.
Oh my God.
But like what a cultural pop phenomenon he was. And I remember, when they tried to like scathe him for his, what do you do? Expose himself in an adult theater. I'm like, what else are you supposed to do?
Everyone does at an adult theater.
Yeah, they were like.
Also, the fact that when he was all the art that they found, which was found out later just to be like totally tasteful art. It was the homophobia that came at him.
Yes.
Before he was even out, it was like the world was, and same with Sinead O'Connor. He was on the right side of history. So was she. They were fighting for truth. They were telling us what was happening, and we were not ready for them. And we were terrible. We were terrible to Paul. And I think also because he played this kid character that everyone added to it, that he's inspired. It's all about the children.
Which is all about now,
which is everything evil done in the name of children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, he inspired me. He did nothing to ruin me. And if he did ruin me, good. I mean, I'm ruined in a good way. No, it's like, yeah.
He was definitely like, I feel this, or our generation's Mr. Rogers in a sense.
Yes.
Like he was just.
But Mr. Rogers creeped me out.
Same.
So much.
Lady Elaine, don't get me started.
I'm so when he died, it was like, oh, so sad. I know the people, and nothing against that. But like, I used to watch that and be like, here's a quiet, casual way he would take off his shoes.
OCD with his sweaters and shit,
and how quiet he was, and how calm, and it was all about being nice and kind. I like big, loud, trashy, in your face. That's why I was like, I trust Pee-wee. I trust the noise. I trust the colors, and all of it is fun and joyous. Versus like, oh, I don't want to be in Mr. Rogers' playhouse for too long.
No, I don't want to be in Mr. Rogers'
and
playhouse.
Lady Elaine, what was
Lady
that burnt doll? She was like oven cooked.
With like a drunk nose.
Yes.
She was just like, hi, everybody.
I know. I was like, this is not, I don't feel safe.
God, I know, but R.I.P. Paul Rubens, you will definitely be missed. It's like, end of an era. Like, and if you have kids and they haven't seen Pee-wee's Playhouse, show it to them. It's fun. I think it would still live up.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do want to tell you this story. I went to Universal Studios yesterday, which is not like I go all the time. I'm not like a avid.
Did you go to the theme park?
No. I went to the City Walk because I went and saw Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
Which was good.
Sure. I haven't
Should have been released in Halloween time, but
sure.
To each their own.
I get it.
Are you familiar with I have to get this name right. It is, God, hold on. It is a chocolate emporium. It's the Tooth.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've walked by it but when I've gone to City Walk before, and it looks like a mall for chocolate.
It looks like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Right.
I have to get the name right because if I don't, it will haunt me. It is it's a long name. The Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen.
Oh.
Savory Feast.
Savory Feast. That really bums me out at the end of that. Because it's like, so did you go in?
Oh, yes. My friend was like, it's new. It used to be a Hard Rock Cafe. And I haven't been in so long that I looked up and I was like, what is this weird, like, Willy Wonka themed restaurant? And they're like, no, it's the Toothsome.
Get it right. Get it right.
Chocolate Emporium. And I'm like,
that's correct.
What?
And savory food coordinator. What is the
Savory food coordination, chocolate emporium, deliciousness.
Blah.
Gross. So we go in. And it is all like steampunk themed. Do you know what steampunk is?
Of course.
What is it?
I mean, I can't describe it,
either.
But I know what it is. You know when I think of steampunk? I think of Return to Oz.
Yes.
Return to Oz feels very
with the
steampunk.
Wheelers.
The Wheelers and TikTok.
Yes.
It's all like that sort of like, it's like goth newsies.
Yes.
Or like, everything just sort of feels like I've got like a bucket hat on and and I'm wearing like metal.
Yeah,
and I'm maybe in Mad Max. Like it all kind of feels in that world.
It's like futuristic Victorian or something.
But what is the connection? Because that also kind of feels like with like steel work and factory. I think steampunk also is like a connection to factory. So is that with like the chocolate of it all? Like, I don't want to eat anywhere that's steampunk. That doesn't look
That's
like.
the thing. I was like, who asked for a steampunk themed restaurant? Because I think of steampunk and I think of like Burning Man. Like
Right.
that's immediately like the goggles and the like weird like trinkets and
You've
watches.
got like a crow on your shoulder.
But it's metal.
Right.
You know, it's a metal crow.
Book of spells. I get it. I mean, I get it.
And so we go in and we're sitting there and everyone is dressed. All the waiters and waitresses are dressed in steampunk.
No. Oh, that's so awful. That's so awful. That's so upsetting.
And I'm sitting there.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, God, these people have to show up at work. And I was afraid I was going to know like one of them, like an open micer or something who's just like, hey. And I'm like,
hi.
I've been there.
Oh, 100%.
I've been there. We salute you.
Sure, same.
And all of a sudden, like the music changes.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's happening? Like, am I tripping? I have no idea. And there's this woman walking around.
No. Oh my God, what? I can't wait.
She's walking around with a robot in her arm, like linked in her arm.
What?
And I'm like this woman, and she's dressed like a Victorian woman, and she's
Victorian with a robot. Oh my God.
This man who is dressed like a robot and they're just walking arm in arm and there's all these like gross tourists just eating meats.
Oh.
And,
just white chocolate chili cheese fries.
Yeah,
just like everything. They just like, yeah.
One woman's getting helped out of a booth.
Of course.
By like her friend. You know, she's like ugh, looking at me with dead eyes right in the face.
Yeah, too much bacon fudge for her.
Bacon fudge. And this woman is walking around arm in arm with this man dressed up as like a robot, i.e., Return to Oz.
Right.
So I was
What's happening
I
right
looked
now?
at my friend's daughter and I'm like, what is this? Because she's been before. She's like, that's Penelope. And I'm like,
Penelope?
So I was like, there's a story. And I looked up the story. So here it is. I got the story of what, because no one knew. No one was like, it's not a familiar story. Like,
Penelope,
we don't know.
the chocolate ghost. Like, what is the story of
The
Penelope?
story starts with Penelope and Jacques exploring the world in their dirigible think balloon airship.
Okay.
Dirigible. Mm-hmm. When they returned home to her parents' cottage in London to share their experience and experiments with her family, they found the home empty, with a note from her parents on the kitchen floor stating that they would look for her wherever chocolate can be found. Oh. With this knowledge, Penelope developed an industrialized chocolate emporium to share her love and knowledge of chocolate with the world in hopes, oh God, my phone, in hopes of being reunited with her family along the way.
So this is not real? Or is it real?
I hope not.
But so if it's made up, don't you think the parents would show up at some point to the factory? So they just never showed up. They'll look for you wherever chocolate will be found.
Well, get this. Okay, so this is before I read you this story. Mm-hmm. My friend's daughter asked the waitress. And this woman, she was a full-on house elf, like Dobby drag. Like, she shows up, like right when we sat down, she was like, are you guys ready for me? And we were like, oh my God.
Never ready for that.
Oh, and she was like this big, and she was like, who's ready for the chocolate emporium?
So
like,
she was in Poltergeist?
I wish it was Zelda Rubinstein.
Okay,
I wish. No, this woman, she was over it, but she was showing up. And
oh my God, that's so me though. Over
steampunk, tiny person.
Okay.
So
and then so what did the
So my friend's daughter, who's smart as hell, she looks at her and she's like, so what's the story of this place? 11.
Oh. Right.
And she's like, the woman goes, all right.
Character voice off.
Yeah, she was like, I guess somebody misses the old menus. Because I guess on the old menus was the story of where the hell we are. New menus don't say that.
Okay. Oh, well, that's just what's wrong with the world right now.
Yeah.
But also, this place is new. This restaurant's new.
I guess so.
So we already have new menus on top of that. So someone misses the old menus. From what location? From where? From Ye Olde London? Where are they?
She goes, well, Penelope's an inventor, and her parents got sucked into time, and Penelope makes chocolate to hopefully bring him back. And I'm like,
Wait, what?
What is this story?
What is going on? I'll have an iced tea with no lemon. Like, what do you, what is happening right now?
I know. I was like, this is dark.
I know.
So her parents got sucked into a vortex and she has to make chocolate to hopes one day bring them back?
It never happens. So she just keeps making more and more chocolate.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And I
also,
thought,
not everything needs a story.
No, and I thought to myself, this is the mob. This is mob money. Some mob boss went to Burning Man and was like, I'm going to make a chocolate milkshake restaurant. The steampunk orphaned girl with her friend robot. We will like filter in drug money from it.
Oh, I love that. Or you can put all that into Chat GPT and get and come up with a restaurant theme, I'm sure.
Sure. Easy.
Seconds, you know.
Easy. And I tagged it on my Instagram because I was like, I have to tell the story today with Drew. And my friend who lives in Orlando was like, are you in Orlando? And I'm like, there's another one.
Another one, Orlando. So they must be a universal thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
It's dark, and I highly recommend it.
They're probably trying to build up popularity so that they can make a movie about this.
We don't need it.
Absolutely not.
I don't want it.
No.
I don't want it.
Sounds awful.
Because there was like singing, and it was just a lot.
And what did you eat?
I don't remember.
Oh, God.
It was all a dream.
Oh.
No, I had risotto. Oh, I had an espresso martini.
Okay, sure, as you do. You have to.
Did someone say steampunk themed? An espresso martini. And then I had like risotto and a salad.
Okay, so there wasn't any chocolate in that or anything.
No, but they did have they have like milkshakes like that are this big around that are just diabetes, like just a woman on Ozempic's worst nightmare.
They have like M&Ms coated around the side.
Just
have you seen
sugar candy,
Krispy Kreme donuts that are full of M&Ms now?
Yes,
it's like an M&M on top, and you bite into it, and it's just a mouthful of M&Ms.
Yeah, it's like babies, like seahorses.
I mean, eat M&Ms with a donut, whatever, but just to bite into a donut and have M&Ms fill your mouth.
Oh yeah. Food is so much now.
And I like all of that stuff. It's not, but it's just sort of like, why?
Why do we need it?
Why do we need that?
Because people are just like, oh,
yeah.
Look what they did.
I know. I going out we don't see it so much in LA, but like I feel like you go out into other places and everything is hot Cheeto dust covered, you know, flaming hot chicken bites with, you know, deep fried ranch. Everything's just like this with this with this with this.
Yes.
And then also stoner element as well.
It's carnival food.
So then it's all wrapped in Fruit Loops.
Yes.
It's all like sugar pink cereal, and it's all like Guy Fieri and Barbie, you know, had a fuck fest, and here's your lunch. It's just like, oh my God, I just can't stand it.
It's totally that. It's just like delicious fear factor. Like it's like instead of like bugs and crickets, it's just like we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it here. We went to Comic-Con and they had Flamin' Hots is now paired up with that beef jerky company.
Oh, thank
and
God.
So they're like, do you want a Flamin' Hot beef stick? And I was like, well, you said something.
I mean, I can't say no.
Yeah, I was like, can't wait for this lava diarrhea.
Exactly. Tomorrow I will.
God.
Yeah, I know.
And then when we were in Montreal, which by the way, Montreal was so much fun. Can't wait to go again. Everyone's healthy and in a great mood. Healthcare, am I right?
Wow. Imagine.
And I tried because it's very French. I didn't realize how French it was. Very, very French. And I tried to order a cold brew one day, and all the signs everywhere was like infusé de foie, infusé de foie, and I was like, oh, okay. So I go up to the lady. I'm like, infusé de foie, and she's like, what? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, she's like, what are you trying to say? Because they go right into English if they don't know.
They know immediately. Yes.
And meanwhile, here we just turn on the hose if we can't understand
100%.
you.
We sure do. That's right. No, we got one language.
One language.
One look.
And I go, I'd like to order a cold brew. And she goes, oh, we say cold brew. And I'm like, God damn it. The whole time I've been trying to muster the confidence.
Well, what's infusé de foie? They put a snowflake on top. Yeah. They just float a snowflake on top of it.
But then I went to another place and I was like, cold brew. I went to a Tim Hortons. I was like, I'll have a cold brew. And she's like, what? Infusé de foie? I'm like, what is this riddle?
What is going on? Just please help me get my things.
They're like, all we have are these donuts filled with Skittles.
I was
and
behind
M&Ms.
a woman at the airport the other day, and I swear it took her 5 minutes to explain. She goes, do you have this coffee that, and we're like, at airport, like, come on.
Let's go, bitch.
She goes, is your coffee, can you put it like over ice? Like, if you pour the coffee over like a cup of ice, can you have, and the barista's like, you mean iced coffee? She goes, yeah, but don't put anything in it. It usually comes with sugar and cream, and they're like, no, it's whatever, and you just want an iced coffee, and it took her forever to explain the concept of iced coffee to a barista.
I always get stuck with a behind a person's first day on earth. Always, it's always like I'm behind someone who's like, what is this place?
Oh, I know.
And
They
I'm
act
like,
so
my God.
strange. And like, what is good here on this menu?
What is good here?
It's Starbucks.
Are you mortal?
Oh, yes.
Can you?
What? Now, wait. When you say biscuits, is that liquid? I mean, like, yeah, it's truly maddening.
Maddening. I scream inside.
Also, just people choosing to be victims.
Oh.
It's like, I know, I was behind someone one time, like picking out an ice cream flavor, and they were so nervous to pick out an ice cream flavor. I'm like, it's a good problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
Pick out one that you like, get a second scoop of another one, come back tomorrow, try the next one.
Oh, there was
and they settled on vanilla.
Oh.
They settled on vanilla, and I'm like, I would have picked that out for you too.
Oh, set on fire.
Get out of here.
God, there's nothing worse than people picking vanilla. We went to a gelato place, which we have a really fun gelato story. We went to a gelato place in Montreal, and they had avalanche de biscuits.
Ooh,
they're like
nice.
avalanche de biscuits, and I was and someone was like, so is it a biscuit avalanche? And I'm like, bitch, it's cookies and cream.
Thank you.
God,
also,
yes.
like, doesn't that also look at it?
Look at it. It's
what
cookies
does it look
and cream.
like?
So what is this biscuits that consist with an avalanche? I'm like, oh my God.
I was just in Rome,
Hit
and
a tree on your skis.
I was kind of talking to this cute guy, and we had mutual friends. We were in Rome at Gelato.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked out the flavor Grandma's Cream.
Gross.
And I was like, well, that did that, Drew. Grandma's Cream. It was delicious.
Not gaga.
It was not gaga, but it was like custard. Grandma's Cream. I was like, I have to try that.
What it tastes like.
Grandma's Cream. It tastes like custard. It was literally boiled custard.
Was there a face to the grandma's cream? Was it like a...
Oh, it was... No, this
like
was a classy
Oma's
place.
house? Or...
This was not a chocolate steam factory punk girl place.
I'll have a grandma's cream milkshake. Oh, sick. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some stories. I'm very excited you're
Yay.
here. Speaking of victims, I want to start off with this story because it kind of went all over the place. Cardi B was seen in Vegas at Dre's day club in Vegas over the weekend. She was performing, and we've had a series of people just throwing shit on stage. I don't know if you've seen it. We've had Harry Styles. We've had BB Rexa get hit with a phone. We've had dildo was thrown at Lil Nas X. Like, people are just throwing shit and acting up at shows. And now Cardi B is the latest victim. She was performing, and there's video of this woman throwing water, or it might have been beer. It could have been a cocktail, but I think it was water. And she's throwing it at Cardi B, and then you see Cardi B with her microphone, and she just chucks it and throws it at the woman. And everyone was like, yes, queen, yes. And I was, yesterday I was the same.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. Like, she's getting glammed up. She's in the Vegas heat.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And this gross trash
100%.
person's throwing her, the juice in the garbage teat.
Why are you turning me on so much right now? The juice in the garbage teat is what you just said to me.
You know the trash?
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely.
So I don't know what, it could have been that. It could have been dip. Who knows? I don't trust people. Dip juice, yeah.
Yes.
So Cardi throws her microphone and hits this woman. And now this woman has reported it to the police because now this story breaks that Cardi asked the audience to splash her down, just not on her face. So
what?
Cardi has now said, and this is a quote, ready? "Splash me down," said Cardi, and fans obliged, throwing water towards the performer. "That shit feels good. Put that shit in my pussy, bitch. Come on." End quote. So there's never been
now
any.
it's a totally different story.
So now it's a whole different story because she said this very poetically, might I add.
Very deeply.
Just
ripped out of
Emma
Emily Dickinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice has nothing on Cardi B. So they don't know if like she actually did that. She was like, well, she said so. And like, but it hit her and she threw her microphone. So now it's all a mess. So
yeah, that's very different because I am very much, I believe, I don't like the Rocky Horror effect that's happening with audiences and actor and performers anymore. I hate people like making it all about them.
Yes.
However, if you're at Rocky Horror, you throw toast. I mean, you put because that's what you do there. Yeah. So I think it's completely different when you tell the audience what the rules are. And if you say throw water on me, then you're going to get water. And they can't aim not at your face. Like, that's not the part of it. They can't help with that. So, yeah, that's a totally different thing. Because I would be completely – because I also know in the heat of the moment, throwing a microphone obviously it could be really dangerous and hurt someone and water wouldn't. But you're not thinking logically at that moment. But if you tell them,
hey,
then it's
throw
over.
this in my pussy. Well, she said so.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but I have a question. So stand-up, we have – hecklers and stuff. Does the Groundlings ever get like hecklers?
Not so much,
really?
But I mean, I have been a part of the drag Golden Girls group in town, and I hate it. Like, and I
hate the show.
No. Well, we'll talk about that. No.
And I hate it.
Drop mic, leave, starting car.
Yes, no, Golden Girls Live.
I hate that audiences feel like they can talk back.
Right.
That they do the show along with you. They will full boy, and they will, and they scream out our names. They go, that's what they try to make it interactive.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Do you shut it down or do you just keep going?
I'm Rose. I'm the sweet one. And I'll go, shut the fuck up. Like, I will tell people, like, shut up.
God.
Because it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's not about you. But there are certain things that have happened with previous hosts that we've had that encourage that. And it took me a while to think like, oh, well, the host is encouraging call and response. And so maybe they don't know. So we try to be nice at first. We try to be nice and sort of shut things down at first. I don't immediately go into shut the fuck up. That's usually the third or fourth time we have to tell you to be quiet.
Yeah. Well,
but I don't like it. I really don't. I don't go to a show in order to make it about me. I don't like, unless it's all a part of like, what are you signing up for?
Yeah. Well, and it's even like, it's gotten to the point now with the Nicole Kidman AMC commercial where it's like, it used to be just like, oh, we clap for it. And now they're like yelling at her. They're like, we get it, bitch. And people are like, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, I know.
And
it's
I'm
they've
oh,
never
God.
been to the AMC in the last 2 years.
Is this your tight four
it's
set?
Awful. I know. But at least then she's not there.
She's not there.
There's not a person in front of you. It's like when you do that thing and it's like having to get up. But like, I know. But again, it's people making everything about them.
Yeah. That's why I don't enforce. I'm not a big fan of the crowd work comedy clips.
Right.
Which everyone's doing because they're like, oh, we don't need jokes now. We can just talk to people and get famous.
You're like, I don't know what was funny about that. I'm sure in the room it was spontaneous and
there's
fun.
So many
that's not a shareable clip.
So many people throw up just shitty crowd work clips. And I'm like, there's nothing even funny about this. No. But good for you.
I guess. Sure. But I do think people, I mean, how do you don't mind when people yell back at you?
I don't really have a lot of people that do that because I'll do like crowd work at the top and then I'm like, okay.
Right.
Because it's not, I have things to say.
Right, exactly.
It's not like, so what do you do? Where are you from?
I know.
And there are comics like Rick Ingram who is amazing at crowd work. That's his thing.
Right. But
he's an expert at it. But then there's people who are like, I don't have anything to say. So where are you from?
Yeah, Sandra Bernhardt, I love one time in a show, people were talking back and they were all fans and they were saying things back at her like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Blah, blah. And she goes, honey, if you love me, let me live.
Yeah.
And it's,
smart. Camp.
Done.
Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
Cardi.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'll be interested to see like what happens with Cardi. Maybe she can set up a GoFundMe account. Maybe this woman will set up a GoFundMe account.
I just hope this woman has a full imprint of a microphone.
But everyone thinks it's a penis.
Yeah.
And they're like, what happened? She's like, I went to Vegas. Oh.
Get it.
No, guys, it's a microphone. I swear.
Sure, Beth.
Cardi B.
Sure,
Cardi B threw her microphone at me. Yeah. Beth. I love a Beth. So Megan Fox is in the news because, I know. It's about time. So Megan Fox was slammed for asking her fans to donate to her friend's GoFundMe account despite millions in net worth. I love this kind of a story. So She requested her followers on Instagram to donate to a friend's GoFundMe fundraiser worth $30,000. She was asking on behalf of her friend Brittany Boyce, a nail artist whose father was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and posted the link to the fundraiser on her Instagram story and captioned it, "My friend's dad was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. If you guys are able to help, please do." And everyone lost their minds because the internet. So some people said, not Megan Fox posting her friends GoFundMe asking her fans to help. You ain't got $30,000? Yeah. The best one was a comment that just said, "We're broke." They're like, "We're broke." Like,
yeah, we're broke.
Megan,
we don't have...
I have seen this a couple times with celebrities. They're like, "Guys, if you can help my friend," and I'm like,
right,
what is this for?
Right.
What are you doing?
Right. Well, I feel I have two minds. Yes, Megan Fox could, I'm sure, absolutely write a check for $30,000 to give to her friend. I don't think that it's Megan Fox's responsibility to do that.
No.
I don't think anybody, just because we assume, first of all, you go online and see how, I think the internet has said I'm worth $5 million or some stupid.
I'm rich.
I mean, I'm really rich on Google.
I am too.
And so we don't know what people's situation is, truly. Yes, they're famous. Yes, you've seen them in movies. You do not know what they've gone through. Lots of, so there's that. We can't assume that just because somebody is X, Y, and Z. The other thing, too, is you don't know the dynamic with a friend. It might be incredibly... I don't know what the word is, patronizing.
Sure.
Instead it might be a thing where it's like have a groundswell of support. Show your love. When you give somebody $100, it's really nice money-wise, but it also says, I'm fighting for your friend's dad and I care about you. I'm getting the word out and we're putting it out there. So everybody can be a part of something. Somebody can give $5, somebody can give $1,000. So maybe that was part of it. I don't think anyone is on the hook like, oh my God, you're so rich. I hate the mentality of like, you have money, so you should pay more. Because it's sort of like, I don't, that's something that I don't really agree with. Because you don't know what people have and what they're owed. And how, I don't know. I'm like, don't you have better things to do? I feel like I'm kind of team Megan on this. Because I'm kind of like, she posted on behalf of her friend and like, get it out there. And I'm sure she gave her friend money too.
I'm sure she did too, and I think it was.
And maybe she gave her also. Maybe she's matching it. Maybe she's $30,000 is nothing.
Yeah.
When it comes to cancer, like that is nothing for things. So it's like she may have said raise 30, and I'll also
double
I'll match it or whatever.
Nobody knows. I think it was just one of those things. It's like even if the slightest thing is off, people will lose their shit. Like, oh, I forgot to add. And I will double it. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, "You monster!"
I know. Be careful what you wish for. If you want to be famous, it's like everyone will come for you.
It's true, and I think I'm honestly I think Team Megan now too because it's just kind of she's just saying like, "Hey, help my friend out." It's making awareness. Like I'm sure people who follow her have dealt with pancreatic cancer.
She's not requiring you to give money if you're broke. That's totally understandable. Like
she told me to donate.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
You really don't have to.
But no, she said it. It's like, yeah.
Keep scrolling, babe. Keep scrolling.
I know. People just want to find the bad. All right. Next up, we have Taylor Swift. Are you a big Taylor fan?
I'm not.
That's why we're friends.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I get it.
Sure.
Great songwriter.
Sure.
Will I have a panic attack if I ever go to her concert? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
So she, I guess once the SAG strike is over, a new TV show.
Actress Taylor Swift.
She was in Cats, lest we forget.
Her. I will never forget.
She also got thrown in front of a car in some movie.
One of the funniest moments I've ever seen in my life. Truly so satisfying on so many levels.
Glory. So there's a TV show based on her breakups that might be in the pipeline. Yes. Yeah.
Of course. So, like every song.
Every song. So an American singer, we know she's American, is best known for writing her songs based on her turbulent love life, taking her art to the next level. The pop star is now ready to venture into the world of television with her teardrops and guitar. Swift is in talks with Succession fame British screenwriter Alice Birch to make a new meta-feminist TV show inspired by the experiences with her exes. Titled Who Cares? No, it's not titled Call That. But from American musician John Mayer to actors Jake Gyllenhaal and Joe Alwyn, the celebrities who once dated Swift are potential muses for the screenplay of her new TV show. So she's already had meetings with Birch about the possibility of creating this new project together. So it just sounds like she's trying to make like a Gen Z Sex and the City or something. Emily in Paris meets Sex and the City with Succession.
I mean, that also sounds like something created by ChatGPT. Like it's just whatever that thing is called. Like it's sort of so many different flavors put into one that you're like, why? Yeah, I feel like everything is all about like what's happened to her and how people have victimized her, and every song is that sort of energy of this, and you did this, and then this, and then this, and I'm this, and I'm this. And it drives me crazy.
It does. Well, you know
really
what?
Drives me crazy. And I don't like I don't like, not liking somebody or something. I just have no reaction to it. And people
I don't
that
either.
go around having time singing it, I'm like, it doesn't even stay with me.
It doesn't at all.
Like it just doesn't do anything.
Well,
for
and
me.
it's like, and I had this talk with Mary Lynn Ricecub last year where she was like, her lyrics are just like, I rolled out of bed and I put one foot on the ground and then I got some breakfast and I started my day. You're like,
exactly.
what?
Exactly. It's just nothing. Whining.
But she did you hear this? She created a 2.5 earthquake. At one of her concerts, the seismograph, it was so loud and shaky that it registered a 2.5 earthquake.
I wish it was a 7 and the earth just opened up. And you know what? Best of luck, everybody. They died doing what they loved.
They died.
I don't think any of them would disagree with me if they really loved Taylor.
And you just see like sequins and sparkles.
In it. They would have been like, we died together. Yay, slay.
Everyone has their like flashlights on their phones.
God,
yeah. Just sequins and sparkles coming out of a sinkhole. Oh, I would live. And you and I just at the top, like Cersei from Game of Thrones, just sipping our wine.
Yes. Fresh mulled wine, capes.
With a metallic owl.
Yes. Steampunk Bobo from Clash of the Titans. Ready to go. I love it. I'm in.
All right, me too. All right, we got a couple more. Woo.
Okay.
Woo. All right. So Kristen Bella's in the news as well.
Yes.
So she lets her kids drink non-alcoholic beer, and she's not here for your judgment. There's actually 2 stories about Kristen Bell this week.
Oh, okay.
She got kicked out of an airport because she was like sleeping in the airport. Like it was a layover. It wasn't like she was like, I want to know what the commoners do.
Right,
you know,
right.
what's a delay? What's a connecting flight?
It's this thing called floor. Mm-hmm. Okay, so but why was she kicked out of the airport? Did they kick everybody out? Or?
Well, I think she was like, we'll just spend the night here and wait for the next flight. And they were like, no, you can't do that. So they asked her to leave. Her and Dax, her husband. So, but she was on an appearance of the Kelly Clarkson show, and she talked about why she and her husband allow her kids Lincoln 10 and Delta 8 to drink non-alcoholic beers. So she says, Kelly said that she has a 9-year-old River Rose. When she was a baby, she grabbed an alcoholic beverage from a table while they were out of the country and took a sip. That led Belle to share why non-alcoholic beers are special in their family, starting with her story of context is important. We've learned that over the last few years. My husband and I, when we walked the babies at night in our neighborhood, when my daughter was really little, he is a recovering addict, but he likes non-alcoholic beer. So he'd pop one open, we'd have her on his chest, and we'd walk and look at the sunset. Okay, get on with it. So as a baby, she was pawing at it, and sometimes she'd suck on the rim of it, so it feels like her... something special, something daddy. This is weird. Why does she talk like that? Belle said that when her daughter tried to order a non-alcoholic beer at a restaurant, she explained, maybe we just keep that for home. Judge me if you want. That's your problem. I think that's okay.
I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. I don't know them well, but know them well enough, and they're great parents and great people. And I know that, like, it's also, I grew up like having we were allowed to try everything because my parents both drank, and it was like and we hated it because it was like I remember trying beer as a kid, being like, that's the grossest thing I've ever had, and it made me not want to have it. But I do think keeping kids from trying things, it's sort of like they can try a sip of something. It's not the end of the world. I mean, obviously, don't let your 9-year-old get drunk and like start drinking or whatever. But
then are they even living?
But I mean, like, thank you. But British kids drink alcohol from the table. They learn how to drink responsibly.
Yeah.
At a certain age, they have a half glass of wine with the meal. It's for the flavor and it's part of it. So they don't. It's not this forbidden fruit thing that's kept from them. But it's also like, yeah, first of all, I want to meet the little kid who goes into a restaurant and is like, I'll take an old duels.
That's courage.
I've lived life.
I'll have a St. Pauli's girl. Make it a double. Oh my God.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally on their side with that. I think that's fine. And I think, whatever. There's so much worse stuff.
I know.
All the things you can teach kids in terms of racism, sexism, transphobia in the world, like about things you're passing on to your children. Let them have no duels.
Let them have no duels. If we've learned anything.
Look, if you want that bread water, then have it.
I'm saying this now because I'll probably end up on Reddit because the QAnons love me on Reddit. And they're like, he wants children to drink. Yes. I said duels, which is a, non-alcoholic beverage.
Absolutely.
You know what else is non-alcoholic? Coca-Cola.
That's
Pepsi.
right. Which
Sprite.
are terrible for children.
Yes. They clean your toilet.
Terrible. Yes.
I haven't had a soda and I couldn't even tell you how long because I saw that video of like the toilet being clean.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my boyfriend's like, I'll have 7 Diet Cokes today. I'm like, I'm dating a toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Justin, you do have a soda right in front of you.
This is a LaCroix? This is not. Is this not a soda?
No, it's soda. It just made me laugh when you said that. No, I'm better. I don't drink that much soda almost ever anymore. No.
Well, you know what we need to do? Eat more gelato.
That's right.
We need to eat more gelato because Cher has launched her own gelato company, and it's real.
I have heard of this.
It was on Melrose the other day.
It was?
Like driving down the street. I was gone, and people were sending me like, oh my God, the Cher Gelato Mobile, which is like, I guess, the new Oscar Mayer Wiener dog, and I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
I need a Cher Gelato Mobile.
Yes.
She posted this video to Instagram showing off a bright orange and pink ice cream truck featuring black and white photos of herself enjoying a cone. The brand's name, Gelato.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for it. So Here it is. She's got several flavors to choose from. I mean, look at it.
Oh, Gelato. There it is.
But of course, Believe is playing, and that song just wrecks me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that takes us to a time. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
And I mean, I don't think the flavors are anything crazy. I think it's like low cal.
Isn't one of them like avocado?
Probably.
There is an avocado flavored one.
If Cher doesn't have an avocado flavored gelato, like, I mean.
Are we alive?
Yeah.
I would absolutely have some Cher gelato.
I wish we could get some here, but let's see. So the Gelato ice cream truck will travel around LA to different locations every day throughout the summer. Fans can track the Gelato truck on their website, Gelato.com.
Oh, I gotta follow.
Here we go. Here's the flavors. The snap out of it. Kefir and cardamom. Breakfast at Cher's, coffee and donuts. Some
of these are completely.
Some of them are weird.
But even snap out of it it has nothing to do with kefir and cardamom.
What is kefir?
It's like a yogurt, isn't it? Isn't it like it's like a highly cultured Greek yogurt?
Great. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. It's it's a fermented milk drink.
Sick.
Yeah, it's quite delicious.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
Grandma's cream.
That's probably why I like it.
I'll have that. I'll have a grandma's cream cone.
Yes, please.
We have chocolate XO Cher.
What does that even mean? Chocolate XO?
I don't know. I think she's not picking these names.
These are so uncreative.
Yeah, she's like chocolate XO Cher.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have a wagon wheel Watusi?
I want Silkwood strawberry.
Yeah. SoCal's coldest avocado on toast.
Yeah. See, but that's not even like her. Is it? Is there a Mermaids reference? Is there?
No,
no. L.A. I love you. Okay.
That's like a vegan. Oh, that's vegan. Cones start at $8. I don't know if I want to spend $8 on avocado toast.
But an edible gold cone is $10 more. So it's $18 for edible gold.
What celebrities would you want to start a small business? Like,
oh my God.
If Cher does gelato.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Demi Gelato would be good.
Demi Gelato would be really good.
So I think Cher
I would prefer it be Demi Moore. Gelato
than Demi Lovato.
I don't trust Demi Lovato and
any food.
Like, she doesn't trust food.
She doesn't.
She gets really upset about it.
Well, and there's a history.
There's a real history.
I'm gonna have to I'll have to test my gelato. You know what I mean? to see what's in my gelato.
I have to walk into stores and make sure I'm not triggered by a gelato sign.
I have to get some gelato strips to make sure my gelato's clean. And if you're testing your gelato, maybe don't have it.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But, oh my God. No, I love it. I'm trying to, I don't know. Maybe like Leah Thompson has gravy. I mean, why not? Just different gravies that are named after Leah Thompson.
Gravy.
Yeah, Leah Thompson's gravy is the name of it. And it's just like Back to the Future cream gravy. Like no cleverness put into it whatsoever.
What other Leah
Caroline in the City brown gravy.
Oh, like Caroline Ray brown gravy.
Oh, there you go.
I would love Caroline Ray brown gravy. Yeah.
Oh, please welcome to the stage.
What about like a Melissa Joan Hart?
Oh,
I mean, you could think of anything.
Reuben.
What?
Just Reubens.
Yeah,
Melissa Joan Hart Reubens.
Yes.
I get it. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's clearly just like this and this together.
It's a noun and a pronoun and a subject predicate there. All right.
Done.
Well, we got a couple more. We're going to take a journey to the animal kingdom now.
I love it.
Animals, it's hot, it's summer. We love the Legitimaquah community, bears, wolves, all of it.
Sure, absolutely. Otters.
But I love it when people get pissed off about animals doing animal things. And now this made a huge story. This was Huhg the Manatee, which I'm already here for, which is not a children's book. Huhg the Manatee died, R.I.P., from a 14.5-centimeter rip in his colon caused by a sexual encounter with another male manatee, Buffett, who is also his brother. These are not the Island Boy twins.
Wow.
These are Florida manatees.
Do we make a Florida joke here or what?
Go for it.
I mean, oh my God. Amazing.
So
These are gay brother manatees.
Gay
who
brother
fucked
manatees
each other to death.
that fucked each other to death in Florida at an aquarium. What a horrible school trip.
What a lesson for the children.
Jesus God.
I'm glad those kids were kept from reading.
We've got to protect them.
Yeah, exactly. Watch this.
So Huhg, this is at the Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium. Or is it laboratory or laboratory? Laboratory? I haven't read the word laboratory in a long time.
Yeah.
That is laboratory.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Laboratory is what
sounds more fun.
Vincent Price would say. Yeah.
So Sarasota died at the tender age of 38. The staff noted he began exhibiting a changed behavior, and staff began monitoring him closely. He then became unresponsive and ultimately was determined to have died. So the necropsy report of Hugh's last day revealed that he died from a 14.5-centimeter rip in his colon caused by a sexual encounter with another male manatee who is also his brother. I mean, just add it to the list. We have aliens.
I know. Everything is just happening right now.
Climate change.
Mad about being named Buffett? Like he hates Jimmy Buffett?
Probably. Well, it's Florida. It's like everything's fucking Margaritaville there.
Huhg, they named him Huhg and Buffett. They're
Huhg
brothers.
and Buffett.
I just don't understand why, but okay.
He was at the bottom of the pool and unresponsive and was found dead. I don't know, though. I mean, better to go out that way than being hit by a boat.
Absolutely. I know. And it's also like, how long do manatees live? Do they live
apparently
to be like,
into their 40s?
They must. 38 was like untimely for a minute. I was like, that's, you know what? You did it. You did it.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing though, is Buffett going to be put down? Or is Buffett still out fucking?
No, they're going to like probably harpoon his ass.
Oh,
and
that's that I don't like.
Grind his penis up into
You're not gonna
manatee
bring Huhg
oil.
Back. I know, exactly.
No.
Oh, but I love a nice manatee oil.
I know.
No, yes.
It really is the serum of the future.
Really keeps me
Madonna's
preserved.
listening to this going, manatee oil.
Manatee oil.
My MDNA
Find
collection.
me.
I mean,
Also, what did manatee dicks look like? I wonder.
Can we Google it real quick?
I want to know what. I mean, I can imagine.
I'm gonna imagine it's gonna be like a hook.
Yeah, it's probably
barbs.
like yes.
Animal penises are terrifying.
Speak for yourself. So mad. Oh my God. Let's see. Where can we find?
I mean, manatees themselves look like penises.
Oh, that really looks very, very phallic, very penile.
That looks like another manatee coming out of the manatee.
Yes.
Ew.
Ooh. Thank you,
Mama. It's giving.
Mama is 100%. I can identify that.
I think I saw that dancing on a box at
been
Mickey's
that.
once. Go for the gold. Am I right? Is that it? That's not 14 inches. Look at me.
Well, it's soft.
Just cock shaming a manatee.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
But 14 and a half centimeters. So we don't know how many inches is that. I don't know. We're asking people to do lots of work for us.
The Kama Citra.
The Kama Citra. Oh, God. What in the name of Gelato is that? Secrets of sex. Hi, I'm Cherie Morris.
Why can't there be a Kama Citra?
I get deeply turned on by the sex in America's world's oceans.
Look at the cover of this book, though. Oh. Are they related? Do we know this?
Oh no, he's just murdering.
Getting
it. Oh, they're just getting it. Oh my gosh.
What is this picture? This creature from the Black Lagoon cosplay.
Yes. So is that woman holding on to like a skiff or something?
Probably a boat deck. Like, get me out of here.
Pull her down and just, oh my God, give her his love into the ocean's floor. Oh my God. But she's wearing a very complicated swimsuit. There's no way you can get through that.
She's asking for it. Do you remember Blackfish? Tillicum?
Yeah.
Do you remember the girl who swam in the pool and that she drowned? And they're like, well, Tiffany wore a ponytail and that's against protocol and she deserved to die. And you're like, Jesus.
Well, animals don't know.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go from manatees to actual people. Men. This man spent $14,000 to transform himself into a collie. Into a dog.
$14,000?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a lot. To transform yourself into a collie?
That's him.
Good job, sir. That looks like more than $14,000 in work. I mean, I want to see it. Ew, no. No. Oh, I'm so upset by that.
I know.
Oh, I would be so mad. That is a horror movie.
Full on. His name is Taco. Could you imagine, you're watching television at night and you hear that, and then you turn the porch light on,
and you're like, that is so upsetting.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Now, does he have a real dog as well?
I don't know. I think he lives like this, and I don't understand what it is. Is this
sort
giving
of
me
being a furry? It's sort of being a furry?
It's like furry human centipede thing.
Okay.
It's something, because I don't know if his bones were snapped like dog joints or anything, but yeah, so.
But when you say transform, he lives like this all the time.
He lives like this.
He didn't just create this as a gag. He wants to do
No.
That. He loves to roll over.
He has a $14,000 custom-made collie costume.
I want to see him try to run he's just rolling over and kind of.
Well, he was shamed for a while. So he was living in his home. He's in Japan. And recently he was like, you know what? I'm coming out. I'm going to go for my first walk. And he went on his first walk. And of course, everyone was like, kill it, no.
I understand that.
Yeah, but no.
That's the alien
Look at
spaceship.
that. It looks like taxidermy come to life.
Oh, I know. I just want to see other animals react to it and just see how they feel.
Yeah,
because I actually, a friend of mine took me to a furry party years ago, and I went to one, and I understood.
Oh,
I got it when I was there. It's not my thing, but I was like, oh, there's an anonymity to it. Like you put this thing on, and you are no longer in your body, and you're no longer limited to your own body, and you're for people that want to just completely play.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see any sex happening, but I saw a lot of puppy piles and people and feeling really connected in a way that they don't. So I was like, oh, I get this now. I'm glad I saw this. It's not for me, but great for the.
Were you the only one not in a costume?
No, there were other people.
Oh, I wish you were. I wish it was just you, with a martini and all these dogs and rabbits and foxes around you, and you're like, be yourselves.
Exactly. I'm okay with this. I'm giving them my approval because that's what they want. They need that. No, but this is a whole nother level of living like this all the time because I think. Oh no!
I don't understand. Is he on his knees and walking on his I have questions because was there a surgery?
Yes. I mean, $14,000 is not a lot, whether we're talking about a surgery. That just feels like you would spend that on that costume.
Well, it's 2 million yen, $14,000 in United States dollars. Modeled after a collie, it reproduces the appearance of a real dog walking on 4 legs. Taco conceals his unusual proclivities from most of his friends and his family. I rarely tell my friends because I'm afraid they will think I'm weird. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
God. Unless your friends are like, this is my friend, he's a service animal, he can come in.
Exactly. This is Taco.
I don't want my hobbies to be known, especially by the people I work with. But does it poop? Like, if you are a person living as a dog, can you poop outside?
Oh, very good question. Yeah.
I would.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm like, hey, if that makes you happy, if that gets you through this world, if you are so, then go for it. I'm not going to enjoy that. But yeah, but I think I don't know. I'm not going to say I think everyone should be able to pee and poop outside, but
I know. Well, I mean, we live in LA. We see it.
Whatever. I'm like, what else are you going to do?
Does he pick up after himself?
Oh, I don't know. Does he kick? After he's done.
But also, is there AC in there? Because there's none in here. So.
None. Are we in a dog costume right now?
We are. Je suis Taco. We have one more animal story. We have a bear. There was a bear spotted in Burbank.
Oh, there you go.
Burbank, California. We have bears in jacuzzis. Now, you went to a furry party. You and I have both seen bears in jacuzzis at some point of our life. Mm-hmm. But this is kind of incredible. Police in the city of Burbank responded to a report of a bear sighting in a residential neighborhood and found the animal sitting in the jacuzzi behind one of the homes.
Wow. And this is in Burbank.
Burbank.
I did not know. I'm so clueless. I did not know that there were bears that size.
I had no idea. That is a full-on black bear too.
Yes.
And it's just chilling. And it just, after the neighbor saw it or whatever, it just was like, all right, crawled over the gate and left.
I think, aren't black bears supposed to be friendlier? Like brown bears are the scarier ones. Brown bears are the ones that will. Yeah, I mean,
I don't discriminate bears.
But I do think those are a little bit more. I mean,
if you're hot and you're pissed off, if you see a bear in your pool, let it.
Let it.
Don't be like, go. Yeah. And it's also, the heat makes people do crazy things. Why not animals too?
Absolutely.
There's a woman who keeps putting up missing cat signs all over the neighborhood. She's like, missing cat. I'm like, girl, it's gone. That's some coyote food or some falcon just.
Yep, absolutely.
Bye.
They're to stay alive. So they got to get cool. They got to get fed.
Yeah.
They got to do their thing.
Don't care.
Bears are really, it's the thing you have to do with bears is you can make a lot of noise and distract them and hold your ground or play dead.
But when I think of myself in that, you can't run. But I also put myself in that situation of you always hear it. And then if you actually are in it and a bear's looking at you I don't know if I'd be like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, no, of course not. No way. There's no way I would just play that. I would play dead.
And then that snout just.
Oh my God. Oh
Snotty
my God.
snout sniffing.
No.
That was like my waitress at the steampunk restaurant. You lost running to order? Just
our specials today are.
God, sick. Well, Drew, this was a pleasure having you here today.
Sheer delight. Thank you, Justin. It's so much fun.
Please come back.
Please,
anytime you want.
I would love to.
So much fun. Where can people follow you? All that jazz. And I highly recommend following Drew. He's so funny.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm on the Instagram at Drew_Droege. That's probably the easiest one. I'm on Threads now.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. Is it gonna? By the time this airs. Tomorrow is.
I don't get it. My Twitter just went to X, and I'm like,
oh, did Twitter go to X already? I saw that was happening, but I haven't seen it.
It's so bizarre.
Flip over as well.
Thank you so much for being here, and as always, we will see you next time here on the Just Saying podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.